Hello, Waybacksportscards here, and today we are going to show you how to get through the mail autographs. You see a few here on the screen. I'm going to walk you through the steps and show you how I've gotten some cards here over the last 7 months, along with some successes. But first, what you need to do is to find a Through the Mail website and create an account. I use Sports Card Forum. There are other websites out there that you may want to use instead, but all the steps here I'm going to walk through in a moment are all related to Sports Card Forum. So keep that in mind as you watch the subsequent steps. Once you get through the SCF website, you go to what they call the Through the Mail Manager. It's called TTM Manager, and you'll see this little box here that shows you how to search for players by name and sport or category. And so, like, when you're looking for a player like Patrick Waugh, you under the sports tab, you click hockey and you type in Patrick as the first name, Waugh as the last, and select the right sport, and it should go right to the page if there is one. However, if you just wanted to type in the last name, you typed in Waugh as the name, it'll pull up the list of all the players that have the 3 letters in their name. So you see this on the screen, and Patrick Waugh is at the bottom, and you see him there, but you see all the other players that kind of come up, and you'll see there's this gold star, green star, and I'm going to explain that in a moment. What happens is the green star means that the player has signed in the last 30 days, gold star in the last 90 days, red star in the last half a year, and then pink in the last 6 to 12 months. Anything over 365 means they haven't signed. So keep that in mind. You want to send cards to guys who have green or gold stars. When you go to find the player that you want to send it to, you click on their name. It'll take you to the player page. When you get there, note that players may have multiple addresses listed. So you want to use the address that shows the most recent success. And I'll show you an example page in a moment. But you want to scroll through. These guys have a lot of different addresses over the years. You want to use the most recent one. And also use the descriptions. Read the descriptions that the users post. So right now I'm going to show you example J Bell, and you'll see his page. He's got a lot of successes, 98% success rate. He's still signing. That's what the recent success means. It also says 10 days on his recent successes at the bottom of the screen. This means he returns your cards quickly. And also take a look at the comments. You see what people are sending. See if they send any money. You don't see any money here for J Bell, so if you send him cards, he'll return them to you. But also be careful. Some players want money to sign. So in the comments, people will tell you if they had to send money with the cards in order to get them signed. But you see here, a few people are pending, a few successes. So J Bell, for example, would be a good person to send cards to. You're likely to get your cards back signed really fast. Now, what to send? When you send your cards, send a one-page letter. I usually send a typed letter. Handwritten's fine too. Players will respond to questions sent in some cases, so be polite. Make sure you send your cards. Also, self-addressed stamped envelope. Players do not want to pay postage for your cards, so send your cards. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope. Be considerate. Make sure that they don't have to send any of their own, pay their own postage. Also, send cash if you want a card from a player who's asking for money. If you don't send money to these guys who are requesting them, they will return your cards unsigned. So it's important to read those descriptions. So with that, I hope this quick crash course helps. Please send me any questions in the comments if you have any. I'd be glad to help you guys out, and I wish you all the best of luck. Now, in a few moments, I am going to show you a video of all the recent successes I've had in the last 7 months. So stay tuned and enjoy. Thank you. All right, everybody. We are doing a special video today. I am showing you some of the Through the Mail autographs that I have acquired since our last video that I put up back in May. So in the last 7 months, and I've been quite busy. Starting right here on the screen right here, I got 3 autographs from the great Theo Fleury from his days of playing with the Calgary Flames. I sent him 3 cards, offered him some, but he signed all 3, sent them back. So I got a couple of awesome autographs from the great Theo Fleury right there. I'm going to go through my other hockey get that I got in the last few months. Is Mike Gartner. Played with a bunch of teams, but I have 2 cards from the early 90s when he was with the Rangers, and Mike Gartner is a Hockey Hall of Famer, so always great to get a Hockey Hall of Famer here, and I didn't have to send any money. I just sent the self-addressed stamped envelope and the cards and got these back. Really cool get. Before I get into my basketball, football, and baseball ones, I recently got Curtis Strange, great golfer from the late 80s. Won back-to-back, I believe it was U.S. Open championships, or maybe it was just Open championships, but back-to-back in the 80s, late 80s. He was a leading money winner in the late 80s. I sent him 2 of these 2003 top Upper Deck golf cards, signed both of them for me. So pretty cool get right there. I'm going to get into my football, and probably the best one that I've got was the great Carl Banks from the New York Giants. If anybody's a Giant fan out there, he does broadcast the games these days for the New York Giants on the radio. And these are just 2 great cards of Carl Banks, and I'm just absolutely thrilled. Might be my favorite get in the last few months, but Carl Banks. A couple from the great Don Beebe, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, right in that era where they won 4 straight AFC championships. So really cool card there. From Don Beebe. I especially like this one on the right. The photo's amazing. But there you go, 2 from Don Beebe. I got 1 from Neil O'Donnell. Great quarterback, or pretty good quarterback for the Steelers and Jets, and also the Titans, I believe, in the 90s. So Neil O'Donnell, good get. I got a couple from great head coach Dan Reeves, who went to several Super Bowls with the Broncos. Unfortunately, his signature's a little faded, but it's still there. So I sent him a couple, offered him 1, and he sent me back these 2. Jim Lachey, great offensive lineman for the Hogs, the Redskins at the time. Now the Washington football team. Really cool, clear autograph on a artwork card. So I was thrilled to get that one. I got 3 from former Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Swilling, there with the Saints. So that was a pretty cool one to get. And again, all of these, actually every single one I got here, I got without sending any money. Just sent them the cards in the self-addressed stamped envelope. The last football one I got was John Offerdahl, great linebacker for the Dolphins in the 80s into the early 90s. Nice there. Some of my basketball ones. I got one from Kenny Skywalker, former NBA Slam Dunk Contest winner. Really cool get. I'm a huge Knicks fan, so kind of thrilled to get one from a great Knicks player from the early 90s, from the glory days, so to speak. Got 3 cards, and it probably makes sense that I got 3 from John Paxton, who was one of the best 3-point shooters of the era in the early 90s. He won part of the first Bulls three-peat in the 90s, also hit the game-winning 3 in the 1993 NBA Finals against the Suns in Game 6. So John Paxson, great 3-peat there of cards. And the last basketball one that I got here was Kurt Rambis. Here with the Suns, probably more famous for his time with the Lakers in the 80s during the Showtime Laker era. But really cool Kurt Rambis card right there. I'm going to get into the baseball stack, which is quite large here. A couple from Tony La Russa. The signature's a little smudged on both, but still really cool. Hall of Fame manager. A couple from Jesse Orosco. I believe the all-time leader in appearances as a pitcher. And I got this great one of him with the Mets signed on this Fleer sticker from 87, yeah. So that's really cool. Excited to have Jesse Orosco. I got 2 from Frank Tanana, who won well over 200 games in the majors. I sent him this one, which he signed. He also put John 14:6 on there. And he also sent me this little pamphlet about his, I believe his church, his commitment to Jesus Christ. So he signed that for me as well. So 2 from Frank Tanana, a bunch from Kenny Singleton, the great Oriole player, Yankee broadcaster. Signed a couple of these 83 top stickers and also a Fleer team sticker. Really cool. You get Kenny Singleton. Really underrated player. If you don't know who he is, you should look him up. Had a great career and a great broadcasting career, which he just ended this past year. He's broadcasting for the Yankees. I got one from Bobby Valentine. I sent him a different card. He sent me this one back, but it's pretty cool. Clear picture, clear signature. The great Bobby V. Probably Met fans know him best as their manager from being ejected and coming back into the dugout wearing glasses and a mustache. So there you go, Bobby V. We got some Charles Nagy cards here. Ace of the Indians for a while there in the early 90s. So pretty cool Chuck Nagy cards. I got Rick Cerrone, Yankee catcher, Red Sox catcher for many years. So that's pretty cool. And he also signed it in the lighter part of the card, which is very considerate of him. A couple from Mark Grudzielanek, longtime shortstop, utility infielder for the Expos and the Dodgers. A couple of nice cards there. The signature held on these glossier cards, which was nice. A couple from, actually he also signed this Expos team logo card, which is very cool. A couple from Steve Traxel, longtime starting pitcher for the Cubs, later the Mets. Solid starting pitcher in the major leagues, known for his very long ball games. Took a long time between pitches, but solid pitcher nonetheless. Really cool autographs. A handful from Andre Thornton, Thunder, power hitter there for the Indians in the early 80s. So a couple from him. I offered him some and he sent them all back. Two from Deion James. Later played with the Yankees, so I got him to sign that Yankee one. And one from his time with the Braves. And then a few more. Ron Kittle with the White Sox. Rookie of the Year, I think in 83. So pretty cool there. Mike Stanley, those who are Yankee fans may know him. Had a couple of good seasons with the Yankees in the 93 to 95 era. This is right before that with his time with the Rangers. And the last one I've got here is of Bryn Smith, longtime Expo pitcher. I believe he was the first person to win a game in Rockies history. Pitched for them in 93 and was the first person to get a win. So pretty cool to have Bryn Smith in the collection as well. So there you have it. There's my stack of autographs that I've gotten over the last 7 months.